when I open your deck here, I see the Sun card, Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So what I'm feeling is that someone is sitting on some kind of knowledge or awareness in this relationship, but this one person kind of fighting this awareness or don't want to hear about it. Is something they don't want to hear about. And this person that has this knowledge or this wisdom is trying to be patient with the person that refused to take in the information. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Tower together with the Page of Swords. So it seems like also the divine is trying to make this person take in this wisdom. It's almost like a teenager, like a rebellious teenager. It's someone that puts logic very high. And we have the symbol of the eagle here. It's a very powerful symbol. Many superpowers through the history have had this symbol. We have the Roman Empire, Germany, like during the Second World War at least, and we now have United States having this symbol. So it's a symbol of power, and so I'm thinking this is a person who wants power, and information is power. So maybe this person is refusing to take in information because they want their own power, which is pretty typical for a teenager. Okay, going from Roman Empire to a teenager. So I call the 4 archangels, and we have the 5 of Pentacles here, 8 of Wands, and the Tower. So I think this insight is making this person feel bad about themselves. Might be that you have given criticism to someone because you see their ways and things that they should benefit from changing. But when you tell this person, they just become very rebellious. And but this insight is coming to them from other direction as well. And it's making them feel bad about themselves. They probably want to be perfect, or they want to be good enough as they are. They don't want to have this potential for change. So I'm thinking this is a little bit upsetting for this person. Okay, so 6 elements, 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands. So they're really trying to, you know, not go along with the stream of everyone's persuasion. It can be, let's say this is a teenager for the sake of it. And the parents and the universe is saying, go to college. You should really go to college. This is so you can fulfill your life destiny from a divine point of view, so that you can earn money and we don't have to worry about you from the parents' point of view. In a love relationship, it can have similar things. It can be, for example, don't drink so much because it's bad for your health, or you should be more, you should communicate more openly in the relationship instead of keeping everything for yourself. So it can be different things like this, but the person seemed to want to sit on the information, like with the eagle, roar, soar above, and we know everything, but we kind of don't share it with anyone. But sometimes we just dive down and, you know, grab what we want and fly to the skies again. And 10 of Wands is a little bit same energy. It's a person like keeping secrets or not wanting to share. Sometimes it can be a person that's like very responsible, like almost too responsible. But I definitely feel that this person wants to keep things for themselves. And it's not lies per se. It's more like information is power. Okay, so so they might go against what you want, partly because they have this 5 of Pentacles, crappy self-esteem. But the twist to it is that they might like self-sabotage or try to sabotage the relationship between you two, or try to sabotage, like they don't want you to be in the leadership position telling them what to do. So even if you are right, they don't want to listen to you. So 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aquarius viewers. So I'm seeing the 7 Pentacles here, 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Hermit, Ace of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is a very careful person. It's someone that doesn't engage easily with other people. and they want to do what's right. They're probably very smart individual, this person. They're a little bit shy in a way, because they don't bet on things. They just don't jump into things. They are holding back, looking, is this the right thing for me? So it's almost like a deer standing in the entrance to the forest and thinking, can I go out on the field, or will I be someone's meal? And with the Four of Swords, I'm feeling like a person that doesn't have much power, trying to get power, for example, through silent treatment. So I think this person don't feel like they have a lot of power. They do have a lot of power, because they are like this mosquito in your bedroom, very annoying, with their ways of putting themselves on an arm's length distance from things, and being a little bit like unavailable, impossible. But here I can see this person is trying to work on self-love and trying to make their own life like fertile in the way, like after their own mind. So it's a longing for freedom with this person. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which I feel kind of now is both of your energy. First, I just saw it as you, waiting for this person. Will you ever come to a state where you don't have to rebel anymore? You can just be a grown-up. And I think this person has a problem with authority. So they are rebelling against authority from whatever direction it comes. And that makes them act very juvenile like this. But so you're just waiting for them to grow up, so they don't have to rebel against everything. They can be more, rock solid, trusting in themselves, having good self-esteem, taking sane, grown-up decisions, things like this. But I'm also feeling like this person is feeling blocked in their success, like heaven doesn't love them, or other people don't love them. So okay, so that was like the foundation for August. And here we have September, and we have the Five of Pentacles again, with also the Five of Wands, Emperor, and the Hangman. This is kind of typical for men, like the group of men in this age, or the people identifying with the male energy. And it's that they feel it's a energy like when everyone is better than you on everything, and you feel passed by, but you still try to hang on to your dignity, but it might make you a little bit how can I explain this emotion? It's really hard. So it's a person that doesn't feel like they fit into society, or they're becoming more and more marginalized. I can't say that word today, obviously, in society. And they feel that they are fighting for the last pieces of their own dignity in a way. And they get pissed by this, but in the same time, they feel they have a self-esteem, but how the world is reflecting on them is making them have less of a self-esteem. They think they are good, like they are almost born thinking that they are good, but then the world is almost trying to prove otherwise with stupid tests in school that's not designed for the way that they are thinking with their mind, and maybe things being prioritized that is not their best skill. For example, it's more it could be more valuable to be an academic than working really hard with your body, or it can be like better to have a lot of empathy than to be really strong and persuasive. So I can't understand exactly, but I definitely feel or see even a male energy here. This is also connected to the Hierophant, which is also like the divine masculine. But the divine masculine can come in female forms as well. And here we have, this is Aquarius. So it seems like you're trying to talk sense into this person and like be the grown up and like almost like a sparring partner. But it's your hearts, both of your hearts, that being squeezed in between in this. And you're trying to keep like a cool head and try to learn from you know, how this cycle have seemed to end before, but you're also pretty tired of this person. Okay, so it's complicated to say the least. And this is October, and here we have the Five of Swords, the shadow side, Eight of Pentacles, the moon. Okay, so I can see that there's love here, or even that this person kind of admires you, and you have a lot to offer them, but they think that they do the right thing, but they are avoidant about something. It's something that is clear as day, but they don't want to see it because it hurts them, and it also pisses them off and makes them feel like they would want to fight the whole world. So sometimes it can be really exhausting trying to get into someone else's head. This is about you, so this can describe you, like straight off it can describe you, but this can also be like what you're dealing with on a daily basis, like with a person that acts like this. But then you also need to look at what's the other half of this that you are holding, because there's a mirroring effect and also a balancing effect. So if one person is doing all the doing revolution all the time, are you being too obedient, following laws and regulations and never doing any shenanigans? So you need to look at yourself also, because sometimes if we overfunction, we can make another person to not function at all if we spend a lot of time with them. So love life in August, we have the Empress and the Page of Pentacles, so a little child there together with the mother, and the Magician. So we can see again that this teenage revolution, it's someone that has a good heart and the best intentions, but they're trying to create their own persona. They're trying to create their own identity, and they need to do so by separating themselves from other people. Like their umbilical cord to their mother is becoming longer and longer, and eventually it's not there anymore. So they become their own grown-up. So they need to revolt to be able to become their own person. For some of you, this could be like dating, starting dating and trying to communicate with people. Or there could be a new situation where we are communicating with people as well. And we have the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So Alpha and Omega with wands here. So I'm definitely seeing one person's spiritual development, and they might be developing from the age of 3. You know, I can tie my own shoes. The little child doesn't want to be like fed by you anymore, or they even want to sit at their own table. So it's a little bit like this, moving away from home. So if you are dating, you are dealing with people that has this revolutionary attitude. They might not seek commitment. They don't want to be like chained or shackled down. They want their freedom. They think that the world is already too much responsibility and it weighs hard on them. So it's kind of a little bit like an unavailable person. They can be very charming, and I don't think that this person has they don't have so many bad like hairs on their head. They are a good person. They have a good soul, but it's doing a lot of shenanigans. Okay. So your dating life seems complicated. If you are dating, you are probably dealing with a lot of people that they have a hard time taking, like they are very charming, but they might want a sex only relationship, for example, and they can be there one day, and then, you know, one day they're just gone. They just moved on because they don't want longevity or commitment, or if they think you are falling in love, they might, scoopily do down the road like this. And if them themselves feel like they are about to fall in love, they might have the same reaction with this and try to run away from that because they're so burdened by something some kind of responsibility. It might be that they have seen how their parents have lived in their relationships and how other people live, and they don't want to do the same. They don't want to fall into the same trap. They are unique. They are doing their unique thing. They are super cool, and they will never be like their parents. So even if this person is like middle-aged or even like elderly, they still are a little bit immature, and you probably wait for them to mature. This is the only thing I see about you really in this reading. It's like, I don't know what to do with this. It's the same thing being presented to me here over and over. I try to solve it, but I don't feel like the other person is helping. So that's basically what I'm feeling with this side of the dynamic here. Okay. But let's say that you don't deal with any other person, and this is only about you. I will try to, even if that's not really correlates with how I feel the cards. Then this is you starting something new, like a new creative endeavor that you do only for yourself. It's not, you're not thinking about anyone else. You want to make it for yourself. You have the resources, but you might have felt blocked earlier on. And I see you will become disappointed because you have put in a lot of effort, but in the end, you don't feel really supported. It's like other people or the universe doesn't see things your way, so you don't get the things you want in the way you want it. It comes, but then it comes with too much challenges, or it comes, but then it comes with some other negative thing that weighs on you here with the Ten of Wands. Okay. So moving on to September, and we have Death here. Seems very dramatic. Together with the Chariot, two major arcana cards, 3, and the Fool. This seems very dramatic. I think it's someone wants to skip like their everyday shackle and chain and have a new start. So that might apply to you, but then I think it would be, it could be work related, that you don't want to stay at your workplace anymore, and you want to, since things isn't, since people aren't helpful towards you in the way that you want, you feel like you want to go on your own journey too. I don't want to cooperate since other people doesn't cooperate, so I'll do my own thing. My boss doesn't even cooperate, so I will tell that person that I won't ever come back, and I will leave everything behind, and I will be free. And this is good. If this is happening to you, this is good, because this is actually you taking in the opposite side's dynamic and becoming more freedom loving. Instead of taking a lot of responsibility and just waiting for the other person to start to step up their game, you are freeing yourself from responsibility instead. Instead of waiting for them to take responsibility, you are freeing yourself from the same responsibility or different responsibilities. But this can also be a continuation of the story with the Ten of Wands here, that a person is walking away from you because they want their freedom. But then kind of the same advice applies. If they are like showing this in your face like this, freedom is important, then you should investigate if freedom maybe is very important to you too. Maybe you can become more free in your life. And here we have a Knight of Cups and a Two of Cups. Here I'm seeing a relationship, or a relationship being offered. So it comes a little bit out of the blue, but it might be you freeing yourself from this relationship and being offered a new relationship, or offering someone else a new relationship. So instead of being bored, getting a crappy self-esteem with this a little bit player kind of person, since we have the trickster magician there, you say, okay, screw it, I won't wait anymore, and you meet someone new. Okay, so I'll see what the divine says about this this set of cards here. New love, maybe. Healing family issues. Your love life benefit as you forgive your parents, and wedding. Well, healing family issues. It's usually like this. If we have troubles with a partner or the opposite energy, it usually comes from our family constellation. So if you're dealing with someone that's this irresponsible or don't want to admit to the flaws in their ways, it might be that you have been dealing with the same kind of stubborn energy in your upbringing, someone that just wasn't able to see things your way or even give you like the pinky here to help you out. So you need to look at the dramas in your life and see how this is have repeated. So if you have, let's say that you have a person right now that you're really upset with, whom is this person resembling when it comes to behavior and attitude? If you look back in time, can you see like one or more people, or can you maybe even pick different personality types from different people and compose into this person? So maybe it's your sister and your aunt and your father that's being the mix in this person, for example. And here with the Death, Chariot and the Fool, it's kind of you're leaving this old upbringing behind, or the old conditioning, which apparently made you the responsible one, it seems, if you are not this person, because I think both this person and this person could have a good use of this advice, like transform, leave what you got from your parents behind you, like the ancestral karma, the bullshit that your parents couldn't solve and that landed on your shoulder, 10 of Wands here. Leave it behind, because we are not really the people we are behaving as, because our personality is kind of being painted in layer after layer on us through our upbringing. So your parents will paint a layer, your siblings will paint a layer, your friends will paint a layer, the teachers at school will each and every one of them paint a layer on you, and your people at work, people in your study circle, on and on, society's ideas, police, authority, things like this will paint things over you. That's not really you. It's just how, like, rules for how I need to live my life to survive. So you get a lot of survival strategies, and either your survival strategy is to take unnecessarily much responsibility, or rebelling against responsibility. Either of it isn't you. Like, it's not you. It's something that has been superimposed on you by society. And we have Death here, 13, 1 plus 3, 4. So the Emperor and Death is connected. So it's like an empire, an old empire, your old personality, and needs to like die. So it needs to crack and fall apart, so that you can leave this old persona behind and become your true soul self, 0, 1. So this is like you doing teenage revolution as well, against your parents, against authority, against your boss, everyone. So it's almost like this person invited you to do the same. And so maybe this person freed you with, being impossible. Okay. So they made you see other options in life. And here with the Knight of Cups, it's something is repressed here. We also saw the shadow before. So it might be parts of you that also have not been able to come up to the surface for air at all. Things that have become your shadow. And these sides, when you are freeing yourself from your shackles, you can welcome in your old soul parts back. And that means that you become more complete. And when you are more complete, you're ready to meet someone that's more complete. You're ready to meet someone or go into a deeper state of intimacy in a relationship that's already there, because you finally see their side of things. Let's say that you have been had the idea of, for example, we say marriage. You wanted to marry, the other person didn't want to marry, they always wanted to be free. And then one day you just realize why you wanted to marry was because you wanted your parents' love or you wanted to feel finally loved. And you realize that to hell with it, I love myself. I don't need your approval. And then finally you can realize and see things from the other person's point of view, and you might like go into a deeper relationship of love with this person because you can see things their way, but you might not necessarily marry, okay? Or it can be the other way around. The other person have like a post-commitment because they wanted their freedom, but then you claim your freedom and they don't feel overwhelmed by the relationship anymore. Before, when you were more like, we need to do this, so follow the rules and commit and this and that and that and that, and I demand this from you, they felt very burdened. But the day you proclaim your freedom, they are ready to commit and marry because now you are in balance. The 2 cups here, so see there. So each and every one person have this cup, and if one person is pressing down their emotion, it will like spray up in the other person, make the relationship lopsided. And on a surface level, it will seem like one person love the other person more than what this person loved this person. But it's just because one person has, pressed down, I don't care for you, I want my freedom. And when you say, I care for myself, I want my freedom, I'm going to focus on me now, I'm going to do what I want and what my soul craves, then you press down like the level in your cup, and it sprays up in the other person, and it makes this person more interested in you. So it seems like it's happening, some big revolution in people that makes them more who they were supposed to be and less connected to society and its rules and moral values, laws. I'm not saying that you are becoming like a criminal. I'm saying you are having your soul's moral standards is stepping in instead of human moral standard, and that's a higher standard. Okay. So moving on to October. August seems like a month when people are trying to run away from you. In September, you are running away from things that you don't want to take responsibility for anymore. And that seems to be what the road sign was pointing towards all along. Don't take more responsibility, don't take on more burdens, rather free yourself from responsibilities and burdens. Not if you need to take care of children and elderly parents, that doesn't apply. You can't, or animals, you need to take care of them. And here we see temperance, so the soul, and it's being still shackled here. So you had like a moment of freedom, and then a lot of things comes back and wants to shackle you down, like authorities sending some message here, and your parents, and I don't know, school, work, friends, different people having different demands on you. And here we have karma. So this is something that goes a little bit deeper. It's a deeper pattern that points to your past life experiences, where you also have been in earlier centuries. Authority have been stronger, like worldwide, than what it is today. Like a few people had a lot of power. It's the same thing today, basically, but we are so many people, so there's harder for the 2% or 1% to have power over you. But this has been more hands-on in the past, and in some countries this is still the case. And this is a big burden on your soul, is what I'm seeing. This was what has happened to you in the past. It's a big burden for you, but you can release it, but it's not without pain and it's not without sacrifice. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but it kind of indicated here how you free yourself from this karma. You become the 3-year-old that makes a revolution towards your situation, and you find out what was your soul's road all along, like your true longing, your heart's true longing, not the things that you did because it was secure, or someone said you needed to do it, or everyone else did it before you did it, so you went the same road. So it's actually this freedom-loving player kind of person that showed you this direction of being, okay? So, and we have a Page of Cups here together with Justice. So this is you giving justice to your inner child, to the person you were when you came, to the entity that was born into a world with a lot of rules, regulations and other things that were superimposed on your soul. So basically you're on a like a holy grail journey to find your own soul and your own personality underneath all the junk that society has put on you. And here it comes like a tsunami wave, like the true you, the true person that you are. And you're going to have to fight for this person and take the consequences of this. And it can be very hurtful also, because you can be in the best relationship in the world and know that this is not the end station for me. I need to go about on my own, and I'm going to have to do this before I die. Maybe you can invite the person to go with you in that case. So I wouldn't want you to create more karma for yourself, because Justice and this karma card is both intense karmic cards. And it shows like a beautiful soul. Think that your soul is like a jellyfish. And then think about the mechanism of, for example, karma or past lives. This little fragile little soul going down and down, lifetime after lifetime, being treated like this. You need to realize that this has put a mark on you. And what I see is that you need to learn to love yourself here. Like that's the most important thing. This relationship is probably important too, but it doesn't come first. The first thing is to free yourself from a long line of karmic situations that have happened to you. I'm not saying that you're a victim. I'm saying you're very strong, and you need to realize your strength, so you don't have to lean on being good in the eyes of human culture, that you can actually be good in the eyes of your soul, okay, and spirit and the divine. And that can take a lot of courage, and I think it's courage that you have. And this person showed the road with their revolutionary, rebellious teenage act. So it wasn't all for like bad things. So I don't see the other person much now, so it's mostly about you. But I still take some cards about their things here. I have a lot of insecurities, which rhymes well with the Five of Pentacles, which make them react with the Five of Swords. So if they feel they are not loved and respected by the world, they will lash out. If they are not feel like they are respected by you, they will lash out at you and hurt you in different ways. So we also have the shadow side there. So, but you have a lot of insecurities too, so it mirrors back to you. And then we have, I will fight for our love. So I think this person do love you. We also had the wedding card and this beautiful thing here. It's just that for them and their soul, it's very important to show you the road to freedom. That's why you sent them to you in the first place. So that's their job. Their love is also a priority, but it's not as prioritized as this goal to show you the road to freedom. And I was trying to be bulletproof. So if they act shady and, not sincere or truthful, it was because they were trying to put a wall around them so they could stay in this rebellious self, because they were at great risk of conforming. And if that case, their mission would have been undone. So that's how I would interpret that. Okay. And some advice cards for you. So we'll take from Enchanted Map, and we have goblins. And I'm thinking this is like the state of the world and its demands on you, kind of eating away at you a little bit. Goblins. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience, like with the Eight of Swords here. Then you become very suggestible for negative forces. From that point on, as you forget, sorry, it's hard to change page with only one hand. As you forget your wholeness, which is kind of being retrieved again here, your wholeness, They remain with you in the shadows. Well, we had the shadow here as well. And it's this, like either being the victim or the perpetrator, kind of. So people can choose different ways, but it's the same, like the reason to it is usually the same. Yes, there's demon seeds out there, but most people have been ill-treated to become like a perpetrator. There, in the shadows, they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage to love's low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's self, and they are leading you into a potential reactive situation. Reactive, it's this Five of Swords. A goblin's card appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself, which is being pointed to here, to being like really stand on your own side. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentment and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. So I think that was kind of great advice, summing up this, what we have seen so far, a little bit. So I will also take with an oracle card from Wisdom of the House of Night. Fragment and High Priestess of Fire. 15. Sometimes it seems that life is split into so many parts, all of them separate and difficult to bring together. Family, friends, work, study, activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole. Even if at times things feel separate and fragmented, that is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I love you and see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. So it's kind of the eagle's perspective here. So I really think that you need to step into authority. And that would also make you see that even though you went through this with your little fragile jellyfish soul, nothing is undone. You're there. You are just behind the veil, like the whole of you is already there. It's just that you have kind of compartmentalized yourself to be able to fit in to this world. And now it's time to bring what you lost back to you. And the High Priestess of Fire. 5. You have chosen the symbol of the High Priestess of Fire, the goddess of creativity and passion. Whenever she arises, I feel we have like the Death and the Fool. The Fool is also connected to the Death card because speaking to numerology, we have Fool is 0, but it's also 22. 21 is the last card of the Major Arcana, and it starts again with the Fool 22, 0. And 2 plus 2 is 4, which is the Emperor, and 13, 1 plus 3, 4, Emperor. So they are connected. So it's the child, and it grows into a, like the seed of an empire that grows into an empire and the fall of the empire. And here you are kind of breaking down the old empire to start the new one. Whenever she arises, she reminds you of your ability to create your own reality and to choose how you channel your energy. If you are restless, call upon the High Priestess of Fire for inspiration and joy, and she will release you from the trap of boredom. Fire brings warmth and light, but it also burns when it's allowed to get out of control. Spend your energy creatively, not impulsively, and guard yourself against burning out. we have fire here, alpha and omega of fire, and this is the risk of burnout here when we do too much and take too much responsibility. And use your fire wisely and let your light shine brightly. So we can see it's a little bit destructive, because you're going to have to fight the powers that want you to remain the same, while you are going to have to break those shackles with the Chariot here and the Fool coming after death. And so this might be painful. It's a little bit what I said here, that you might hurt people also. Try to be a little bit careful to not destroy something that you later would want to have in your life. So even if a relationship seems totally unimportant now because you are going to do this other big thing, try to pay attention to all the parts of your life, so that they all remain whole and with you, so you don't destroy one area when trying to repair another one. If you need to change, relationship, job,